Namaste, everybody. I'm Tamal Dodge. This is Daniel. We're going to do an hour vinyasa practice. We're going to begin kneeling. So Daniel's going to take his block and he's going to place it right in between his calves on the floor. You can do the medium side, shortest side. You can sit on it. If you don't have a block, you can always just sit between your legs. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can take a towel or a pillow and stick it under there. Otherwise, plant the palms on the quadriceps, draw on the stomach, lift the chest, roll the shoulders down, softening the jaw, closing the eyes. Bringing our awareness around the inhales and the exhales, the Paraka Rajaka. Looking to iron at all the inconsistencies so that your breath has this steady rhythm, this pulse to it. Nothing forced, just very natural. When we get to that balanced place with our inhales and exhales, they call it samasvriti, or even breath. And then take a mental scan. Notice how your ankles feel, your knees, the hips, the low back, the mid back, the upper back. Assess your energy level. Are you on the high side, the low side, somewhere in between all that? Some days we're very energetic, and some days we're lethargic. And what's the mood? Soaking in all the little variables so we know the things we're going to work through, things we're going to work on, work around, but we want to invite into the practice. No stone unturned. Let's take an inhale through the nose, and let's hold your breath at the very top. Out of your mouth. Again, inhale deeply through the nose, holding at the peak. And let it go. Go back to breathing through the nose. Make your breath sound like you're fogging a mirror with your mouth shut. Find the audible ujjayi. Let's blink your eyes open. Let's stand on your shins and knees like you'd stand on your feet. You can move the block if you need to. Once you're here, we'll reach your arms up to the sky, interlace the fingers, and flip the palms inside out. Stretching the forearms and the wrists. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, turn your chest to the right. Every inhale, get taller, get longer. Every exhale, we twist a little bit more. And we breathe. Starting off nice and slow today. No rush. We'll inhale to center, then exhale, switch, turn your chest to the left. Same principle. Every inhale, we start to elevate the spine. As we exhale, we rotate the spine. Let's inhale, come to center. Take your hands at prayer in front of the heart. So we'll take your right foot and stomp it on the floor out to the right. Now, take your right hand and place it on your right thigh, the outer thigh, and then reach your left arm up to the sky. And then very casually, you're going to start sliding that right hand towards the right calf, creating this lateral stretch across your left ribs, serratus, intercostal muscles. Should feel really good. So we're grounding down the left shin bone so it doesn't get light and doesn't pop up. We're sealing the outer edge of that right foot so the inner right arch and calf lifts. Let's inhale back to center. We'll switch sides. Place the right knee down, stomp the left foot out to the left. Keep the left hand on the outer left thigh, reach the right arm up, and then when you're ready, we exhale and slide the left hand towards the outer left calf. And breathe, stretching out all the tissue. Let's come back to center, set the left knee down, relax the arms. Let's come to all fours, hands and knees. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take an inhale, lift your head, dip the belly. Then exhale, tuck and round. Back and forth on your own, just traditional cat-cows. Think about keeping your arms straight and strong as you're rolling through the motion. And breathe. And come to a flat neutral, back. Let's extend the right leg behind you, dorsiflex the right foot, reach the left arm forward in front of you in a handshake fashion, start to lengthen. So we root down with the right palm, creating space between you and the floor. We take the front ribs in. The right inner thigh is still reeling up to the sky. The neck stays long, the jaw is soft. Take an inhale, then exhale only, set the left hand down. Tuck your left toes, pick up your left knee, push back into the left heel, three-legged downward facing dog. So we're gonna have some repetition here. Take the right knee to the nose, shoulders are over the wrist, round in your upper spine. Then inhale, extend the leg back. Again, knee to nose, think cat pose. Then inhale, extend it back on your own. You set the pace, it's just 30 seconds. Looking for the ability to generate heat, cultivate the fire in your body. That's me with the leg extended back. Lunge the right foot between the hands. Drop the left knee to the floor. Release your left toes and scoot the left leg back. Take both hands to your right quadricep and prop yourself up. So if you feel some discomfort in the left knee, you can always fold the corner of your mat up and slide it under the left leg for extra cushion. Otherwise, we're pressing the right quadricep not just down, but forward a little bit, and that's gonna help pull your right hip bone away from the right thigh bone, letting that area, that joint just breathe a bit, and then you can reach your arms to the sky. When your arms reach up, we should get them straight so they're not like cactus arms, not bent. When arms are nice and straight, we also want to take the biceps closer to the sides of the face, in line with the cheekbones, about an inch, maybe 2 inches. There's this tendency to have like super wide arms in our different standing postures, and it's just not conducive for graduating to bigger poses later down the road. Take the front ribs in, soften the shoulders down. We breathe. Tuck your left toes. Let's pick up your left knee a few inches. So we want some slack in the back leg because that enables us to draw the tailbone down and under, letting the frontal hip points lift, encouraging the posterior tilt. Then we frame in the outer hips. We take the front ribs not only in, but slightly down towards the pubic bone. But notice when we do that, when the xiphoid, the bottom tip of the sternum, pulls towards the floor, your whole upper torso tends to kind of concave and slouch forward. So I want you to take the top part of your sternum and lift it up. Big inhale. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back to the top of a push-up and let's lower through your first chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. So that looks great. Let's go to all fours, your hands and knees, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Cat-cows again. Inhale, lift the head, dip the belly. Then exhale, tuck and around, back and forth, massaging out the spine. Let's come to a flat neutral back. Extend the left leg behind you. Reach the right arm forward in front of you. This cross-diagonal balance, we want to take the front ribs in and then draw the chest forward some more. Notice if your head is lifting up and you're straining in the cervical spine. Think about taking the chin and drawing it in a little bit so the back of your neck gets longer. The base of the skull, the occiput, lifts off the C1. Big inhale, and as you exhale, only set the right hand down, tuck your right toes, pick up your right knee, push back into the right heel, three-legged dog. Here comes the repetition. We take the left knee to the nose, round in the upper spine. Then inhale, extend it back on your own. Me with the leg extended back, and you can lunge the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee to the floor, release the right toe, scoot the right leg way back, then take both hands and place them on the left quad to prop your torso up. So again, if you need a little bit of cushion underneath your right knee, that's always a nice option. Otherwise, we're pressing the left quad down and forward so that the left hip bone can lift up and move back. Then you can reach your arms up. When your arms get straighter and closer together, naturally the skin of your side body, the lateral side of your body, gets longer, stretches it all out. That's where we want space. We don't want muscular congestion. We tuck your back toes. Let's pick up your back knee a couple of inches. We rewind that tailbone under. We frame in the outer hips. Every exhale, we're pulling in our pelvic floor, or a kegel, mula bandha. Take a big inhale, then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back to plank and let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. That looks great. So let's take a big cleansing inhale through your nose and hold your breath at the top. Out of the mouth. Let's bring your hands a little bit closer together, just a couple of inches. Let's lift your right leg up. Lunge your right foot to the outside of your right hand, the pinky finger side. Now drop the left knee to the floor, release your left toes, scoot the left leg back a bit. Now walk your hands forward off the front edge of your mat and climb onto your fingertips. Think about taking your inner right thigh and gluing it towards your outer right ribs. As your triceps and the upper outer arms wrap down, that's going to help take your shoulder blades and it's going to move them, it's going to abduct them away from the spine. Here's the hard part. Keep what you have, tuck your left toes. Let's pick up your left knee. Oh, yeah. This makes it for real. People are like, Tamal, it already was for real. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Make sure your hands are slightly closer together because you know where we're going. Lift the left leg up. Lunge the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop the right knee. Release the right toes. Scoot the right leg further back. Then walk your hands forward. Climb onto the fingertips. See if you can soften something like your face, your lips, jaw, tongue. Tuck your right toes, pick up the right knee, press the right thigh bone into the hamstring, up towards the sky. Remember, we're gluing the inner left leg against the outer left ribs. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. That looks great. So we'll come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms in, rise to standing. Circle your arms overhead, palms kiss. Prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold your body forward. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come up high in the toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Here we go. Inhale, reach, get tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, glance out, get long. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that looks great. I'm going to get you to standing. We'll let you do one round solo. We'll come up high in the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. On your own, once you finish this round, we'll all meet in downward facing dog, regrouping there. So, from downward facing dog, bring your hands a little bit closer together. Let's lift the right leg up. This time, bend the knee and open up your hip. And then notice how your chest wants to get kind of funky and lopsided. Lift the left armpit more so the torso squares. Come up high in the left toes. Same thing as before, we lunge the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee, release the left toes, scoot the left leg way back. Walk your hands forward again. Off the front edge of your mat, high on the fingertips. That way we're not dependent on driving the palms into the floor, letting the upper body take the kind of work that we're looking for. We want the low body to take the work. Just stretching up the psoas a little bit here, right here, guys. Keep what you have, tuck the left toes, pick up the left knee, press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. Oh, I know, Daniel's like, I'm out. Mayday. Now, you either stay like this, or if you want something a little bit wild, you reach both arms forward, palms face each other. Oh my goodness, there it is, Daniel. Couple breaths here. Both hands come down underneath the shoulders if they're not there already. Step back to the top of a push-up and pause and plank. Let's go to your forearms. Ardha Falakasana. So for this one, I want you to rest the outer edges of your hands on the floor like you're framing an invisible block. So you can karate chop the outer edge of the hands, wrists, and forearms into the earth. Then notice if your fingers are closed and your elbows are wide, do the opposite. Elbows closer, hands a little wider. Belly goes in, tailbone scoops down, chest draws forward. One hand at a time, come back to upper push-up, back to downward facing dog. So hands a little closer together, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open up the hip. Oh, I know, we gotta do the other side. Square the torso and come up high in the right toes. Lunge the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop the right knee, release the right toes, scoot the right leg back. Now walk your hands forward. You know the drill, climb onto the fingers. And breathe. Really, we're not doing anything crazy or fancy today. It's very fundamental, but it is the challenge of holding the pose and breathing with the pose and trying to embed the alignment into the asana that makes it so difficult. Tuck your right toes, pick up the right knee, press the right thigh bone into the hamstring. Perfect. Now we're either staying just like this, or you reach both arms forward, palms face each other, so the hands float up. Talk about hamstrings, glutes, and quads right here, guys. Let's all meet with the hands under the shoulders. Step back to plank. Let's go to the forearms. So for this one, I want you to get your palms to touch like you're doing prayer hands. You can still karate chop the outer edge of the hands, wrists, and forearms on the floor. It's just slightly different. Brace. Get the belly in, get the abdomen, get the ribs in. One hand at a time, come back to upper push-up, then back to downward facing dog. Let's take a big inhale through the nose, hold it at the top, out of the mouth. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out, exhale, fold in, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar, B, inhale, chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Back heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Back heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we got another round of this coming. Let's go up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. We step back. We lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior pose. Exhale, hands come down. We step back and let's just lower to your belly. Turn your face to the side. Extend your arms down the ribs. Palms face down. Catch your breath. I'll wake Daniel up in an hour. And then turn your face to the other side so you even out your neck. Place the chin or forehead onto the ground. Inhale, lift your chest, your head, your arms, your legs. You're just balancing on your hips. So I want you to spin the inner thighs to the sky. That way your heels move away from each other a little bit. And then scoop your tailbone towards your inner thighs. Take your arms out to the sides like wings. Maybe lift those arms a little higher than the upper back so you broaden the collarbones and the pectoralis. Then reach your arms forward, palms face each other. And just because we want a little extra something, bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles, drive the shin bones back, lift the chest some more, BODHI Ohana. Notice if the knees are flailing wide out. Bring the inner thighs closer together. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, set it all down. Place the hands under the shoulders. Let's come to all fours, hands and knees. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Extend the right leg behind you. Reach the left arm forward in front of you in a handshake fashion. Bend your right leg, reach back with the left hand, catch the ankle. Drive the right shin bone back as you lift the chest more. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, reach your arm forward, extend the leg back. Take another inhale, but as you exhale, only set the left hand down. Tuck your left toes, pick up your left knee, push back into the left heel, three-legged dog. So bend the right knee, open up the hip, come up high on your left toes, flip your dog, drop the right foot to the left, take the right hand off the mat, reach it up and overhead, lift from the chest. Come back to the three-legged dog, right hand to the mat, right leg to the sky, square the hips. Knee to nose. Step it through. Drop the left knee, release the left toes, scoot the left leg way back. Left hand's on the mat, right arm reaches to the sky, twist. Turn your right hand down, reach over your head. So we keep ending up in this knee down variation. It's going to help you open up the front of the left thigh, lengthens the quad. We tuck the left toes, we pick up the left knee, press the left thigh bone into the hamstrings, the natural evolution of what we've been doing today. Notice if your torso is kind of arched like a rainbow. I want you to straighten it out by getting longer through your side body, longer through the sides of the neck. It's tropical in here today, guys. I'm sweating. Let's reach your right arm up. Take the right palm to your sacrum, tailbone area. Look 12 inches in front of you. Place it there. Your left finger's there. Take your back foot off of the ground for twisting F moon Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Feel with the right hand what the hips are doing. Are they lopsided? Get them square. Turn your chest to the ceiling and then reach your right arm up. Straighten out the left leg. You're trying to stamp that left heel on the back wall. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, only set the right hand down. Walk your hands towards your right leg, get nice and close. Slide the right hand to the right, slide the left hand to the left. Cup the floor with the fingers, and then dip your chest, your sternum towards the right shin bone. Urdhva Prasrita Ekapadasana. Now, draw your chest forward. Bend your right leg a lot. Keep your left leg straight. Take your arms out to the sides like airplane wings. Without touching the left foot to the ground, stand up, bend the left knee into your chest and hug it in tightly with the arms. Pull the left knee in towards the left pectoralis. Draw the tailbone under. Keep the left leg where it is. Reach your arms to the sky. Try to straighten the left leg forward. There it is. How those legs feeling, everybody, my goodness. Inhale, lift the left leg more. Exhale, set it next to right. Prayer in front of the heart. Let's all turn to the left and open your legs 4.5 feet apart. Take your arms out to the sides like wings, palms face down. Turn your right toes to the front of your space and bend the right knee to 90 degrees. Warrior two. So notice how Daniel has this nice deep stance so that his right thigh is parallel with the floor. We don't want our right thigh to look like a ski slope, it's just not deep enough. Then we line up front heel to back heel, and your back foot turns in at just like 10 degrees, a little bit. We don't ever want the back foot parallel with the back edge of the mat. It's always going to turn forward at different degrees depending on the standing pose. We press the left thigh bone into the hamstring, the tailbone goes under. The right knee wants to drift inward, so you extend forward through the inner right thigh and then let that energy take a U-turn and hug the outer right hip in. The belly goes in and up, sternum lifts. Take the arms behind your back, interlace the fingers, anchor the hands down, and then pull them straight back. Just so you're widening the pectoralis muscles, opening up the front of the shoulder, the anterior deltoid. Come back to warrior two. Place your right forearm on top of your right quad. Turn the left hand down, reach over your head. Breathe. Because we always want that option of extra something, something, you can always take your right hand, hold onto your left wrist, and pull your left wrist forward. A few more breaths. Let's come back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, hands to the hips, step to the front of your mats. Feet together, relax your arms. Put all the weight in your right foot, bend the left leg behind you, reach down with your left hand and catch your ankle. Reach the right arm up to the sky. So you get heavy in the right big toe, that's the balancing point. Big inhale, and as you exhale, tilt your body about halfway forward, and then find an upper back bend. Find a sense of cobra in the chest. Driving the left shin bone back, Natarajasana, king dancer. Inhale, stand all the way up, and exhale, set the left foot next to right, relax the arms. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold your body forwards. Inhale, glance out. But as you exhale, just fold, squat down on the tiptoes. Let's do crow pose, Bakasana. So feet together, knees wide, wedge the triceps on the shins, plant the palms, lean forward, chaturanga the arms, one or both feet lift. Put a little cat pose in your upper spine. Step back, shoot back, float back. After you've taken your vinyasa, we will all meet in downward facing dog. I think that warrants a nice cleansing breath. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. Hold it at the peak. Out of the mouth. Come to all fours, hands and knees. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Extend the left leg behind you, reach the right arm forward in front of you. Bend the left leg, reach back with the right hand, catch the ankle, drive the shin bone back, lift the sternum more. If you feel really wobbly, really off balance, chances are the structure's not right. You want to make sure that left wrist is directly underneath the left shoulder. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, reach your arm forward, extend the leg back. Find your balance, take another inhale, and as you exhale, only set the right hand down. Tuck your right toes, pick up the right knee, push back into the right heel. Three-legged dog. So we bend the left leg, open up the hip, come up high in the right toes, flip the dog, drop the left foot to the right, take the left hand off the mat, reach it up and overhead. Let's come back to the three-legged dog, left hand to the mat, left leg to the sky, square the hips, knee to nose, step it through. Drop the right knee, release the right toes, scoot the right leg back so the right hand staying down, the left arm reaches up. We turn the left hand down, we reach over the head. Notice if you're collapsing or buckling in that right shoulder. You want to press the earth away so you're creating space between your right trapezius and your right ear. And you tuck your right toes, pick up the right knee, press the right thigh bone into the hamstring. Let's reach the left arm up, left palm to sacrum or tailbone. Look about 12 inches in front of you, place your right fingers there, back foot comes up. So we're checking in, making sure the hips are staying level as you turn the chest. Then you reach the left arm up. Try to stamp that right heel on the back wall. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, only set the left hand down. Walk your hands towards your left leg, get close. Then slide your arms wide off the mat onto the floor, tent the earth with the fingers, and then dip your chest, your sternum to the left shin bone. Draw your chest forward. Bend your left leg. Keep the right leg straight. Take your arms like airplane wings. Look, Mama, I'm flying. Without touching the right foot to the ground, stand up. Bend the right knee into the chest. Hug it in tightly with the arms. Man, that's got to be a cramp asana. Tell us how it's done, Daniel. Root down through the left big toe. Reach your arms to the sky. Kick the right leg straight. Inhale, lift the right leg more. Exhale, set it next to left. Pray you're in front of the heart. Shake it out. Let's all turn to the right. Open your legs wide. 4.5 feet apart. Take your arms out to the sides like wings. Palms face down. Turn the left toes to the front of your space. Bend the left knee to 90. Warrior 2. So you know this is a short sequence. We're not going to be here long. The stance is wide enough so that the left thigh is parallel with the floor. We set up front heel to back heel. The back foot turns in at about 10 degrees. We press the right thigh bone into the hamstring so the right hip isn't squaring forward too much. We don't want the right hip to make us look like we're in a warrior 1 when we're trying to do a warrior 2. The inner left thigh draws forward. The outer left hip and thigh hug in. Tailbone carves under. The belly neatly tucks in. The chest lifts. And we take the arms behind the back. We interlace the fingers, hopefully the opposite way we did before. Opposite pinky, opposite thumb on top. Pull the arms back. Yes. Take the arms like wings. Left forearm on top of the left quadricep. Turn the right hand down, reach overhead. If you want an extra challenge, you can always take your left hand, hold onto the right wrist, and pull the right wrist forward. From wherever you are, come up warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, hands to the hips, step to the front of your space. Feet together, relax your arms. Weight goes into the left foot. You bend the right leg behind you, reach down, catch your right ankle, reach the left arm up. So it's like all those balancing poses, whether it's a warrior 3, a twisting half moon, heavy in the left big toe, heavy in the inner part of the standing leg. We engage the quads. We mindfully find the posterior tilt. Big inhale, and as you exhale, lower halfway, about the level of your hips. And with your next inhale, you find the up dog, the camel pose, the back bend. Dana's going to hop himself back to the car. He's out. Then on an inhale, stand up, and as you exhale, set the right foot next to left. Relax your arms by your sides. It's my goal is to try to get the people who are demonstrating to mess up as much as I can. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, glance out, but as you exhale, just fold, squat down to the tiptoes. Second round of Crow Bakasana. Feet together, knees wide, wedge the triceps on the shins, plant the palms, chaturanga the arms. One or both feet lifts. Step back, shoot back, float back. After the vinyasa, we meet in downward facing dog. Man, I'm beat from all that. Let's take an inhale through the nose, hold it at the top. Out of the mouth. Let's inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, lunge the right foot between the hands. Drop the left knee, release your left toes. Find pigeon. Walk the right foot across the mat to the left hand. Drop the right knee to right hand. If you want to roll up a towel or put a block or a bolster, if you have it, underneath your right hamstring, that'll help square the hips. It's really great. Otherwise, go to your forearms, lie all the way into it. We'll be here for a minute. Coming down the mountain. this point in our practice, it's all about what can we soften? What can we let go of? The more we cut the strings, toss out the luggage, the more we're going to be able to benefit and absorb the fruits of the practice, of all that physicality. Soften something. Come onto your hands. Tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee. Let's find downward facing dog. Down dog, you can pedal it out. Let's lift the left leg up, lunge the left foot between the hands, drop the right knee, release the right toes. Find your version of pigeon pose, whether that's with props or no props. And we breathe. Let's come onto the hands. Tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee. We'll find downward facing dog. Again, you can fidget all you like, shake it out however you want. Let's lower to all fours, your hands and knees. We're going to do what we did in the very beginning. We're going to stand on the shins and knees like you would stand on your feet. All bleeds into one, doesn't it? Place your hands on your low back, the top portion of your glutes. Either fingers point down, or you can have your fingers point up if you want to stretch your wrists. We want your hands to help manually scoop the tailbone under. Let the frontal hip points lift. Then with your next inhale, you start to lift the sternum. We find the back bend. The inner elbows draw towards each other. If you want more, you can place your hands in the heels, Camel Ustrasana. breathe. Always filling the pose with oxygen. If you have your hands on your heels, place them back on your low back. And then we come on up. Let's get onto all fours of your hands and knees. Take a moment to round in your upper back like a cat. Press the earth away. This is the counter pose to that camel. It's the counter. The opposite. Cross one ankle over the other. Sit behind your feet. Swoop your legs through to the front. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Grab a hold of your butt and move your glutes out of the way. Then move the bottoms of your thighs out of the way. Inhale, reach your arms up, sit up tall. Then exhale, hinge and fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Take an inhale, lift your chest, but your head even a little higher. And then your exhale brings it closer to the ground. Yep. And from here you can sit up. Let's scoot forward, let's lay on your back. Once you're on your back, bend your knees, set your feet on the floor, heels to the butt. Plant the palms on the ground by your sides. Inhale, lift the hips. So toes should point forward or slightly inward. We just want to avoid the feet turning outward. If the feet turn outward, we compress in the lower back and it becomes counterproductive. The tailbone draws towards the space between the knees. The inner thighs roll down to the floor. You can either stay right here if you want to interlace your fingers underneath the back, tuck the upper arm bones underneath you, or take a big back bend like upward bow, or Urdhva You can take that as an alternate. Take an inhale, lift a little bit more, then exhale, come on down, hug the knees to the chest. Let's release the left leg out, only hug the right knee in. Send your right arm out to the right, palm face up. Look to the right, twist the right knee across the body to the left. Snap, crackle, pop sometimes. We switch sides. And hug the left knee into your chest. Hug both knees into your chest. Place your forehead onto your knees. Take a big inhale and hold your breath. Squeeze everything, all tension, all stress into one tight little ball. And let it all go. Sprawl open. Shavasana. You've arrived. So finding the shape that's going to make you the most content, whether that's traditional Shavasana with your legs extended out, your arms by your sides, or maybe something slightly more active, feet together, knees dropped open for reclining butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Whatever the case may be, we're just trying to have the same effect. Whatever the gesture of the body, the intention behind it is to restore, to renew, to start over. Let your body rest. Charanapama Kevalavakati Sama Mandamuri Satvatana Mate Yahara Prasade Baye Eva Vaturiya Jaye Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoyite Gura Mukha Padma Vaikya Chitite Korea Aikya Arna Koryo Mane Asya Shri Guru Churane Rati Say Utama Gati Jai Prasade Pure Sarvasya Chakudan Diloy Jai Jani Jani Prabhu Se Dibya Janarite Prokasito Prema Bhakti Jahoite Avijavinasas Yate Vedigai Jahara Charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Lokanath Lokira Jivana Ha Prabhu Korodoya Deyo Mori Para Jaya Evyasi Guksu Jibhuvana. Together, take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring movement back to the body. With your eyes still shut, roll over to whatever side you like. With your eyes still closed, let's come up to seated. Sit up tall, take your hands at prayer in front of your heart. Follow your breath. The word namaste means I, the soul, see the soul in you, and I honor you, I respect you. These are meant to be words that guide our life with all of our interactions, reactions, with everybody. That is not just something we say at the end of a yoga class, but a blueprint for how we walk through this world. paying everybody respect. Because in yoga they say we're not these temporary material bodies. We're all spirits, all souls. We transcend the confines of this material world. And if we start to walk through this place with spiritual vision, seeing people as a jiva atma, a spiritual being, it will help with all of our reactions and interactions with everybody, making them filled with unconditional love, kindness, generosity, compassion. Discarding all these false labels that we put on ourselves, that we are American, Australian, Japanese, Irish, Hispanic, this race or that race. But looking at everybody as equal spiritual beings. And if we treat everybody equally, how wonderful will your life be? And theirs as well. Food for thought. Take a big inhale. Hold your breath. Let it go. Namaste.